What are you doing, Charlotte?
I just said hi to you on Facebook.
But you're sitting right opposite me.
No, but I saw you were on Facebook and I was like, oh, this would be funny.
Okay, so you can say hi
I know,
if you want to.
to.
You said hi on there, but you can say hi to me in real life.
Hi.
Okay. Can I get serious for a minute?
Yes.
Because there's a letter that I read the other day that I think is really important to share, and it highlights a couple of things actually, but I just loved the way it was written. It was by a girl called Holly Butcher, and she died recently. She died on the 4th of Jan this year, but before she died, she wrote a letter, and it's been going viral. It's been shared virtually everywhere. And
who did she send it to?
She published it online, and it's been sort of getting huge amounts of readership. It's been posted on BuzzFeed. It's been posted in loads of different places. About 5 or 6 people I know shared it. Yeah. But the reason they've shared it is because for somebody who's relatively young, it's massively insightful. So can I read it to you?
Go ahead.
A bit of life advice from Hull. It's a strange thing to realise and accept your mortality at 26 years young. It's just one of those things you ignore. The days tick by and you just expect that they will keep on coming until the unexpected happens. I've always imagined myself growing old, wrinkled and grey, most likely caused by the beautiful family, lots of kiddies I planned on building with the love of my life. I want it so bad it hurts. That's the thing about life. It's fragile, precious and unpredictable, and every day is a gift, not a given right. I'm 27 now. I don't want to go. I love my life and I'm happy. I owe that to my loved ones, but the control is out of my hands. Yeah. I haven't started this note before I die so that death is feared. I like the fact that we are mostly ignorant to its inevitability, except when I talk about it and it's treated like a taboo topic that will never happen to any of us. That's been a bit tough. I just want people to stop worrying so much about the small, meaningless stresses in life and try to remember that we all have the same fate after it all. So do what you can to make your time feel worthy and great, minus the bullshit. Yeah. I've dropped lots of my thoughts below, as I've had a lot of time to ponder life these last few months. Of course, it's the middle of the night when these random things pop into my head. Those times you are whinging about ridiculous things, something I have noticed so much in the last few months. Just think about somebody who is really facing a problem. Yeah. Be grateful for your minor issue and get over it. It's okay to acknowledge that something is annoying, but try not to carry on about it and negatively affect other people's days. Once you do that, get out there and take a big breath of that fresh air deep in your lungs. Look at how blue the sky is and how green the trees are. It's beautiful. Think how lucky you're able to just do that. Breathe. You might have got caught in bad traffic today, or had bad sleep because your beautiful babies kept you awake, or your hairdresser cut your hair too short. Your fake nails might have got a chip. Your boobs are too small. You have cellulite on your arse and your belly is wobbling. Let all that shit go. I swear you will not be thinking of those things when it is your turn to go. It's insignificant when you look at life as a whole. I'm watching my body waste away right before my eyes with nothing I can do about it. And all I wish for now is that I could have one more birthday or one more Christmas with my family, or just one more day with my partner and my dog. Just one more. I hear people complaining about how terrible work is or how hard it is to exercise. Be grateful that you are physically able to. Work and exercise may seem like trivial things until your body doesn't allow you to do either of them. I try to live a healthy life. In fact, that was probably my major passion. Appreciate your good health and functioning body, even if it isn't your ideal size. Look after it and embrace how amazing it is. Move it and nourish it with fresh food. Don't obsess over it. Remember, there are more aspects to good health than the physical body. Work just as hard on finding your mental, emotional and spiritual happiness too. That way you might realise just how insignificant and unimportant having this stupidly portrayed perfect social media body really is. While on the topic, delete any account that pops up on your newsfeed that gives you any sense of feeling rubbish about yourself. Friend or not, be ruthless to your own well-being. Be grateful for every day you don't have pain, and even the days when you are unwell, with man flu, a sore back or a sprained ankle. Accept it as rubbish, but be thankful that it isn't life-threatening. It will go away. Whinge less, people, and help each other more.
Yeah.
Give, give, give. It's true that you gain more happiness doing things for others than doing things for yourself. I wish I did this more. Since I've been sick, I've met the most incredibly giving and kind people and been the receiver of the most thoughtful and loving words and support from my family, friends and strangers, more than I could ever give in return. I'll never forget this and will be forever grateful for all these people. It's a weird thing having money to spend at the end, when you're dying. It's not a time you go out and buy material things that you usually would, like a new dress. It makes you think how silly it is that we think it's worth spending so much money on new clothes and things in our lives. Buy your friend something kind instead of another dress, beauty product or jewellery for the next wedding. No one cares if you wear the same thing twice, and just make sure it feels good. Take them out for a meal, or better yet, cook them a meal. Shout their coffee.
Yeah.
Buy them a plant, a massage or a candle, and tell them you love them when you give it to them. Value other people's time. Don't keep them waiting because you're rubbish at being on time. Get ready earlier if you're one of those people, and appreciate that your friends want to share time with you, not sit by themselves waiting on a mate. You'll gain respect too. This year our family agreed to do no presents, and despite the tree looking rather sad and empty, it was so nice because people didn't have the pressure of shopping and the effort went into writing a nice card for each other. Plus imagine my family trying to buy me a present, knowing they'd probably end up with it in the end. Strange. It might seem lame, but those cards mean more to me than any impulse purchase could. Mind you, it was also easier to do in our house because we had no little kiddies there. Anyway, moral of the story, presents are not needed for a meaningful Christmas. Use your money on experiences, or at least don't miss out on experiences because you spend all your money on material stuff. Put in the effort to do that day trip to the beach you keep putting off. Dip your feet in the water and dig your toes in the sand. Wet your face with salt water. Get amongst nature. Try enjoying life. Try just enjoying and being in moments, rather than capturing them through the screen of your phone. Life isn't meant to be lived through a screen, nor is it about getting the perfect photo. Enjoy the moment. Stop trying to capture it for everyone else. Get up early sometimes and listen to birds while you watch the beautiful colours the sun makes as it rises. Listen to music. Cuddle your dog. I'm going to miss that. Talk to your friends. Put down the phone. Are they doing okay? Travel if it's your desire. Don't if it's not. Work to live. Don't live to work. Do what makes your heart feel happy. Eat the cake, zero guilt. Say no to things you don't really want to do. Don't feel pressurised to do what other people might think is a fulfilling life. Tell your loved ones you love them every time you get the chance, and love them with everything you have. Also, remember, if something is making you miserable, you have the power to change it. In work or love or whatever it may be, have the guts to change. You don't know how much time you've got on this earth, so don't waste it being miserable. I know this is said all the time, but it couldn't be more true. Oh, and one last thing. If you can, do a good deed for humanity and start regularly donating blood. It will make you feel good with the added bonus of saving lives. I feel that it's something that is so overlooked, considering every donation can save 3 lives. That's a massive impact each person can have, and the process really is so simple. Blood donation helped me keep me alive for an extra year. A year I will be forever grateful for, that I got to spend it here on earth with my friends, family and dog. A year I've had some of the greatest times of my life. Yep. Till we meet again, Hull. Charlotte, what do you think of that?
Yeah, it's really hard to kind of talk about it, and it's like I'm still kind of processing it myself. Like
Yeah.
everything she said is like really true, and
Okay.
you think that kind of writing would come from someone who's like really old, but do you think about it? You don't have to be old to be
Wise.
because you just have to know what's close to you. And
Yeah. I think knowing that the end is coming gives you a bit of insight, though, right? Because you
Yeah,
really need to stop wasting time on the stuff that don't matter.
Yeah, but we all know that the end is coming. It's knowing that it's
Soon.
that
Yeah.
makes it
More pertinent.
Yeah.
But all right, so how's this for a thing then? If you knew the end was a year, why don't you live why don't you do stuff to make yourself happy anyway, regardless of whether you've got a year or 100 years to live?
Because not everything makes you happy, does it?
No, but focusing on doing simple stuff and being kind, I think, is one of those things you can do simply to make you happy instead of focusing on stuff that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Should be a bit more of a focus anyway, shouldn't it? Regardless of whether
Yeah.
you've got a year or 100 years. Because even if you've got 100 years left, why don't you live 100 happy years instead of worrying about stuff that will never matter in 10 years or never
Yeah.
matter in 20 years, and certainly won't matter if you knew you were going to die in a year.
Yeah. Because
So-
like everything's changing. Like everyone's got like social media, and they're all posting pictures of themselves, and they assume it's going to affect their lives.
Yeah.
Like, oh, this will up my social status. That'll help me somehow.
Hmm.
But while everyone else is there,
But is part of it a pointless game?
yeah, like everyone else is posting like pictures of themselves, filters and like makeup on, and then there's me. I'm just posting pictures of stuff that I enjoy. What I enjoy doing is I'll take writing prompts offline, post them on my Instagram, and go finish the story.
Yeah.
And I love listening to people's reactions to all the
Yeah.
different prompts.
But that's creative, isn't it?
it's just
that's
a bit
different.
fun.
Yeah, no, and certainly I think we've spoke about this before. Social media used in the right way and technology used in the right way can be a huge force for good,
Yeah.
can't it? I tell you, I mean, I was reading that and I had a bit of a tear in my eye, if I'm honest.
Yeah, me too. I was just listening to you.
And for me, and I'm really sorry if I didn't do it justice. I did try, but certainly coming out of the mouth of a 40-year-old man is probably a bit different to the way Holly intended it. But I thought it was important to read it in full. But the insight that I got from that is your perspective certainly changes when your situation. You haven't got long left.
Yeah.
And actually you focus on the bits that have made you happy for your life and the bits that we all should focus on a lot more. So spending time with the people we love,
Yeah.
telling the people we love them, making sure that you do something good for other people,
Yeah.
ignoring a lot of the noise and the stuff that doesn't matter,
Yeah.
having really cool experiences, because those memories will last, for as long as you last. That sort of thing.
They may even last longer because.
Well, you live on in the minds of other people, don't you?
Exactly. You don't just die with yourself. You die with the memory of you. So.
Yeah, but people will tell your stories, and the stories of not the jumper you bought, but actually the time you went to the beach and dipped your toes in the sand. So I think, for me, reading that story was really important, and I thought it was really important to make it this week's kindness story of the week, purely and simply because it's so insightful. Now, what I'm going to do is post a link to the letter. If you haven't read it already, it's certainly worth doing. But I'm interested in your thoughts about that. Where do you think the biggest insight lay in that letter? We look forward to hearing from you.